In this video, we're going to be ranking 5 skin tints for Spring/Summer 2025 on my mature over 50 skin. Well, over 70 in fact. We're going to do an all-day wear test on each of the skin tints. We're going to rank them, and we've got 1 that's affordable and 4 that are higher end. You can watch me apply them. We'll see what they look like in natural light. We'll do a half-time check-in and a nighttime check-in. Oh, and hello and welcome to Beauty by Des, or welcome back. So why skin tints at this time of year? Well, I think we probably all feel that we want everything lighter when the sun is out, when the temperature's warmer. I know that those of you in the southern hemisphere are coming into autumn, winter, but those of us in the northern hemisphere are hoping for some sun. In fact, one of my lovely subscribers who's in Pennsylvania at the moment says it's like winter there at the moment. It's wet and cold, but hopefully we will have some sun very soon. So it's the time of year where we want to shed some clothes and also shed some makeup and just have a lighter look. So I think that's where skin tints come in, because they tend to be sheer to medium coverage. Now, as I said, I've chosen 1 or 2 new or newish skin tints. 1 is definitely an OG and a couple that are just new to me. So I thought it would be interesting to test them all against each other and see how they fare. So let's start with IT Cosmetics. Now, just to mention before I run the clips, a couple of things happened to me when I was filming these skin tints. One was I fell down on the ground outside my house and I ended up with a really fat top lip which looked like I'd had a filler. So you'll see that in 2 or 3 of the clips. And the other is that I had a couple of weird blemishes on my left cheek which seem to have disappeared now. So if you notice that my cheek was looking a bit red, that's the reason. So let's start with IT Cosmetics. The IT Cosmetics CC Plus Nude Glow Lightweight Foundation and Glow Serum SPF 40 is a lightweight skin tint that offers a radiant, no makeup look. Combining the benefits of a foundation, a brightening serum and SPF 40 protection in one step, the tint delivers a skin-like finish. Offering up to 24 hours of hydration, the medium coverage formula is enriched with niacinamide, encouraging a glowy, more even-toned look. Hyaluronic acid plumps the skin with intense moisture, while green tea extract defends against environmental aggressors. Suitable for all skin types, it costs £31.20 currently at Look Fantastic and a whopping $64 at Sephora. Now it comes in 22 shades and I'm in the shade medium, and it has 4.5 stars on Look Fantastic. However, I have just discovered, which I hadn't checked before, that it contains fragrance, which I'm allergic to, so that's a bit of a disappointment. So this is the IT Cosmetics CC cream and I'm going to swatch it for you so you can see the coverage on my hand. And it claims to be sheer and medium coverage at the same time, which I don't really understand. I would say that that is light to medium coverage. And I've ranked it number 5 out of 5 because although it looked okay on first application and in natural light, it was a bit too glowy for me and it certainly didn't wear very well. In fact, it didn't look like I had any makeup left at the end of the day. Interestingly though, it did stay more visible where I normally apply highlighter. So it is glowy, and in fact I used it in a vlog a few weeks ago and it was super glowy then. I had to powder it down. It didn't look quite as glowy in this when I applied it this time, but the most annoying thing of all was that I didn't realise it contained fragrance, because I thought all IT Cosmetics products didn't contain fragrance, but I was wrong. So I certainly won't be using it again anyway for that reason. I think maybe if you've got super dry skin, it might be good if you like a glowier effect or if you're after a glowier effect. But for me, apart from the lack of fragrance, it just didn't wear well at all. So that's why I've ranked it number 5. Right, the next skin tint I tried was the Fenty Beauty. Now the reason I tried this was because I tried it when I very first started my channel 4 years ago and I hadn't got on with it at all. But I really wanted to try it again because I thought, well, maybe my skin's different now. Maybe I didn't apply it very well. There could have been all sorts of reasons why it didn't work. So I thought I'd give it another go. This is the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. This is a blurring skin tint that delivers a smooth, instantly blurred skin in just a few easy drops. This tinted moisturiser comes in 25 flexible shade options. Rihanna wanted to create a light coverage, easy to apply, flexible tinted moisturiser that instantly evens out your complexion and gives a flattering blurred effect. Eaze Drop with Hydrating Quick Blur Complex is perfect for a no makeup look, or for when you want to look effortlessly put together. In 25 adaptable shade options for all, it's buildable light to medium long wear coverage with quick blur complex for a hydrating diffused effect. Smooth texture that layers well with primer and skincare. Applies well with fingers or a brush. Humidity, sweat and transfer resistant formula. It costs $51.50 or £29, which seems a huge disparity in price. It comes in 25 shades and it has 4 stars on Sephora, and I am in the shade 4M. Now, I did actually try this skin tint out years ago when I first started my channel. I think it was 4 years ago almost exactly, and I didn't get on with it at all at that time, but I thought it deserved another chance. So here it is in all its glory, the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint on my 70-year-old skin. So let me swatch it for you, and this, unlike the It, comes in a little bottle with drops. I don't know whether I like the dropping idea myself. I'm more of a tube kind of girl. But let me show you what it looks like on my hand. Now, this does say it blurs skin. I mean, I'm not convinced that my skin can be blurred at this point in its cycle. It's far too kind of pitted and lined for blurring purposes, I think. But that's it there. I mean, again, that's quite good coverage, I would say. It says light. And yes, I would say it is light, but maybe even light to medium, the way it's covering my hand. Actually, maybe it is blurring. It's got something called quick blur in it, which is some kind of patented technology, I think. And I think it looked okay after application, but I've ranked it 4th because I think my skin looked a bit textured after applying it. And I seem to remember that that was the issue I had last time, 4 years ago. And also it had worn off quite a lot by the end of the day. Not as much as the It, but it has still worn off quite a bit. So I didn't love it. So the third skin tint I tried was the Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Natural Dewy SPF 30. Mercier's Tinted Moisturizer Natural Dewy SPF 30 is designed to highlight your complexion's natural features rather than conceal them. This is a sheer to light coverage formula that delivers a healthy looking glow while smoothing uneven texture and brightening your skin for up to 16 hours. Going beyond the role of just makeup, it's infused with skin loving ingredients like ultra hydrating raspberry leaf extract and nourishing white rose extract. The cherry on the top, it also provides SPF 30 broad spectrum protection to shield your skin from environmental aggressors and harmful sun rays. We can see this quickly becoming a staple in your routine, says Laura Mercier. It costs £39 or $50. It comes in 20 shades and it gets 5 stars on Cult Beauty UK, and I'm in the shade 2C Oak. Now, one of the reasons I tried this out was because I approached the counter at Selfridges, the Laura Mercier counter, and the makeup artist there tried it out on me, and I must say I was very impressed with it. I actually ended up buying quite a few more Laura Mercier products as well, some at the time and some a bit later, which I will talk about a little bit more on the channel. In fact, I now own what she calls a tinted moisturiser blusher and a tinted moisturiser bronze, both of which I'll review on the channel soon. So let me show you on my hand what it looks like. Now, this comes in a tube, which is my favourite delivery system, so to speak. And this is sheer to light with a glow and smoothing. Now, the SPF, I don't think that's important to me because I always wear an SPF anyway. Now, I would say that's quite a light coverage and it's quite dewy, as the name suggests. So if we were comparing it to the Fenty, I would say this is more dewy because the Fenty's trying to be more blurring, isn't it? This is definitely more dewy. Now, I did really love this and I've only ranked it third just because it probably wore off a little bit more than the other two did at the end of the day, but there's really not much to choose between this one and the other two that I'm going to show you now. Now we come to the affordable skin tint, and it is the OG, which is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. Now I've had this for probably about 3 years, and I wanted to try it again because I just bought a new tube and I hadn't used it for a little while, and I probably hadn't used it for about a year, and I just thought it would be really good to pit it against these higher end products. So let's see how it fared. Now we come to probably the most well known and the most affordable of all the 5 skin tints, and it's the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator Tinted Skin Veil. So this tinted hydrator with hyaluronic acid and vegan squalane is, as Wet n Wild say, a one-way ticket to quenched perfection. Our new Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator, well, it's not new now, features buildable sheer to medium coverage with a semi-matte finish for a naturally flawless and nourished glow. The lightweight and multi-purpose formula delivers an instantly radiant and hydrated complexion in a range of versatile shades. Well, 8 in fact, and it costs an amazing £5.75 on Amazon UK and £5.47 on Amazon US. So it comes in 8 shades, it gets 4.2 stars on Amazon UK, and I am in the shade Light. Now I've used this tinted hydrator from Wet n Wild for quite some years now, and I have always really enjoyed it, and I thought that it would be a good opportunity to test it against some high-end tinted moisturizers, because I didn't do this in my tinted moisturizer roundup and ranking last year, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to rank it alongside the 4 high-end tinted moisturizers in this video and see how it compared and see if it gave them a good run, literally, for their money. So this doesn't make a huge amount of claims, but it does say it's buildable, it's sheer to medium coverage, and it's semi-matte, so it's not glowy. Again, comes in a tube, not as many shades, but that's quite typical for an affordable product. It's interesting, I remember this as being a little bit heavier, but actually it is really light. And I think you can see it's semi-matte, it gives very good coverage. You can build it up if you want to, although to be honest with the skin tint, that's not really what I'm after. I just want a one and done. I just want a nice light coverage, and if I've got any blemishes, I can always touch those up with a concealer. So that's it there. It is probably a little bit pale for me, but the darker shade's probably a bit too dark. So if I wanted to wear it in the summer, I'd probably warm it up with a bronzer, or maybe even some bronzing drops. So in my notes, I've put that it looked a little bit heavier than the others, although I don't know now that I've put it on my hand. I'm not sure that it did, but it certainly looked like skin, and it wore well throughout the day. And so that's why I've ranked it number 4. And of course, it's incredibly affordable. The only issue with it is it doesn't have as many shades. So you might have to tweak things a bit with your other makeup product. And then the final, and the one that I've chosen as number 1 in my skin tints for summer 2025, is the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. It's a lightweight skin tint for dewy sheer coverage that evens out the look of skin tone, minimises appearance of pores, and leaves the skin with a smooth, dewy finish. The highlight ingredients include glycerin, which helps attract and retain moisture, diamond powder, which visibly minimises the look of pores with a brightening and blurring effect. This breathable, ultra-thin liquid formula blends into skin for a barely there, super sheer coverage that evens out skin tone for a natural-looking, everyday base. Diamond powder creates a soft blur effect that visibly minimises pores, while glycerin moisturises to give skin a smooth, dewy finish. It costs £28 or $38. It comes in 12 shades, and it has 4 stars on the UK and the US Sephora, and I'm in the shade G9. And just to let you know, with all these skin tints, I'm wearing the same concealer, which happens to be the Glossier Stretch Concealer, and I have that in the shade Light 2, and it comes in a little pot, and it's a concealer that I've been meaning to use for such a long time, and it will feature in my long promised next concealer review and roundup, which will be coming your way soon. And also, just to let you know, I'm using the same brush to apply all the tinted moisturizers, which is the Merit, and which I have to say has surpassed my favourite BK Beauty foundation brush. Now, it's not my favourite delivery system. Like the Fenty, it's got a dropper. And let me swatch it on my hand for you. Now this one, actually more difficult to get the drops out. To squeeze quite hard. Now this says Dewy Sheer Coverage with a brightening and blurring effect. I think that's pretty light, don't you? That's a very, in fact, I would say, looking at it on my hand, that maybe is the lightest of all in terms of coverage. But I really like the way it looked on my skin. In fact, in my notes, I've said it's the most natural looking. So I suppose that makes sense now that I look at it on my hand as well. And it wore off the best. Despite being the lightest of coverages, I think it was still there at the end of the evening. So that's why I've chosen it as my number one. So what do you think about these skin tints on my 70-year-old skin? I think we can probably all agree, unless we really want some serious coverage in the summer, that skin tints are something we can all buy into, literally and metaphorically. And I hope that I've given you a good range here. And let me know what skin tints you love. So two of my lovely friends here on YouTube, Cindy of Beyond 50 Skin and Tamara of Tamara's Timeless Beauty, have just done a roundup 11 skin tints, I think. So one did 5, I think Cindy did 6 and Tamara did 5, and I'll link their videos down below for you. Luckily, because I was a bit worried when I started doing this, they didn't choose any of the ones I chose, so that's a relief. But actually, one of the ones that Cindy did choose is Jones Road, and I really want to try that. So I'm definitely going to be trying that, and I'm also going to be trying the Merit, which has literally come out yesterday in the UK as I film this. This is Friday the 23rd, is it? So it came out yesterday. So I've ordered it and hopefully it'll arrive soon, and I will definitely be reviewing that. And I will review the Jones Road. I've never bought anything from Jones Road before. Quite a lot of their products have fragrance, but the skin tint doesn't, so I think it's worth a try. And let me know in the comments what your favourites are. So that's it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And if you'd like to hear more from me, I have a bi-monthly newsletter, and in that I don't just talk about beauty, but I talk about fashion, music, books, theatre, film, and all the other bits and bobs that bring us joy. And thank you so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me. It really does. And I hope you're all doing really well. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video next Wednesday. Bye.